got it made like special ed rescue dudes dead. Fans supported me, rest of your dudes said. Then I ain't gonna come home, paint the town red.
Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. Today we're gonna do a review from the house of Christian Dior. Just reviewed Fahrenheit Parfum not too long ago. I've reviewed Mitza, Kier Kenage, the original Fahrenheit, Dior Homme Parfum. I still actually have to review Fahrenheit Aqua, Eau Sauvage Parfum, Dior Homme Sport, and Dior Homme Intense. As to what I would like from this house, I need to get Amber Nuit, Leather Oud, Patchouli Imperial, and certainly more I need to try out from this house. Those are really the three, and they're from the Privé line, that I really sort of have my heart set on. I love this house. If you want backstory, check out the video that I did on Eau Sauvage Parfum, which is my first review from this house. Now, I got this fragrance originally when it came out in 2005. And the way that I got it is, I'll never forget, I was at Sephora looking for a scent, and they told me, they're like, hey, we just got in and packaged, or, put the tags, or I guess the SKUs, on a new fragrance from Dior. We don't have a tester, but it's their newest fragrance. It's called Dior Homme. If you want it, you can try it. And or you could buy it, and I bought it. I bought the original bottle. They said they were one of the first stores in New York to get it, and from that date, I think I always owned a bottle of Dior Homme. Found it really unique, different from anything else I've tried at the time, and I just loved it. And it's flankers, so it's always had a place in my heart. Fahrenheit was and is my favorite fragrance, and so I sort of looked at this a little bit as a continuation of Fahrenheit. So this is, I believe, my fourth bottle of Dior Homme, and I paid for this one $84 for 100 ml, again from Sephora. If you're looking for this juice, it can typically be found online between 50 and 70 bucks. And if you want that vintage bottle with the silver stem down the middle instead of the black sort of shiny stem, you're gonna pay a heavy premium these days. It's well over $100, I believe. More probably if you want that Dior Homme Intense. This fragrance is a 2005 release from Dior, perfumer Francois Dimache, and the notes on it are lavender, bergamot, sage, iris, cocoa, amber, leather, patchouli, and vetiver. This is the 2011 reformulation. Now, as far as your presentation goes, I think this is one of the best designer bottles of all time. You've got Dior Homme, you've got the CD on the top, looks really cool, the cap, right, through the glass. I don't know if it's glass or plastic. I think it's plastic. Bottle's glass. Pretty sure the top's plastic. You've got Dior Homme written there. You've got that tube, and you've got just a great atomizer as well on these. Just super elegant. I just think that tube in the middle, the rectangular glass, the CD on the top, it's just beautiful. It's not too heavy, but it's certainly not chintzy. It's perfect. It's really one of the best bottles of all time. If there was a museum for perfume bottles, I certainly think this has to be in it. And of course, the fragrance. Look, I'm not gonna try to sell you on Dior Homme or tell you I have some take on this that no one else does. You've probably heard it all. It's just one of the best smelling fragrances you're ever going to come across. It's easy to wear. It's unique. I think a woman could be comfortable wearing this as well as a man, and you could wear this with a t-shirt and jeans as easily as you can wear this with a tuxedo. There's some lavender at the top, but if you don't like lavender, don't worry, because it's not dominant and it blends well with the other notes going on here. There's also just, I feel like, a pinch of that bergamot at the top. It's not a juicy bergamot, more like a sweet peel, but the notes that you really want to concentrate on here is just this magical accord made up of buttery iris, cocoa powder, and leather. And it's special, it's luxurious, it envelops the wearer in this smooth cocoon. It's a tiny bit soapy, it's gourmand, a little bit herbal, a little leathery, powdery, and creamy. Wonderful juice, totally unique. We can talk about flankers down the road. I already reviewed the Parfum, but there's a theme through all of these where that iris runs through it, all the flankers, and it really started here. Now there are some other pieces in this fragrance. As I said, a little bit of herbalness, there's some sage and patchouli, a little bit of amber in the dry down. Those notes definitely support that main accord that I've praised ad nauseum. But I feel like if you don't like iris or have never experienced it, this might change your mind to that note. People talk about smelling a waxy lipstick in a woman's makeup bag. And yeah, I guess there's some truth to that. Some people don't get that at all, but that sort of comes with the territory when you're dealing with like powdery orris or iris. But to me, this is just fantastic. And I think if you give it some time and let it develop on the skin, you like me will find this to be one of the best masculine signature fragrances of all time. It's a love letter to iris from Francois Dimache, in my opinion. There's also very good performance on this scent. I think when people talk about the vintage, to me, it doesn't smell that much different. I think the 2005 juice might last a little longer. Probably some of the aroma chemicals used were stronger, and they might have been able to use different naturals. If I'm being honest, I do remember that version lasting a little longer and having a little more oomph to everything. And if you can find that version, purchase it. It's better. But it's not the difference between some of these fragrances that were reformed, lost a bunch of oak moss or white florals, and lost all their balls. This is still excellent. Those scents are the difference between Godfather 1 and 3. This is the difference between Wires and Sopranos, if that makes sense. This is still a great scent. In fact, I think the difference between Vintage Fahrenheit and Vintage Fahrenheit and New Fahrenheit is way more noticeable. You still get great performance here, solid 8 hours, nice sillage, good projection for 6 hours or so, I'd say. Not a beast, but competent for an EDT and unisex. Makeup bag vibe, but I think this is a man scent, and I think ideally you want to wear this in the fall, spring, or winter at work. I think this is fine for me. This is the perfect scent to wear to dinner. Great dinner scent. I prefer the sport for work and more intense versions for more formal occasions. But as I previously stated, this can be a little bit of a jack of all trades. Not a lot of situations this is not going to work. Great scent to give as a gift. Great scent if a man is meeting his significant other's parents. If you're looking for something similar, but for whatever reason don't like this or can't get your hands on this, you can definitely check out others in the Dior Homme lineup. Dior Homme Sport, Dior Homme Cologne, Dior Homme Parfum, Dior Homme Intense. Valentino manages to capture what Dimache was doing without making a dupe because Dimache made it. So he's got that powdery, sweet thing down really well. And there's also a Zara scent. I think it's Zara 8.0 or 9.0 that kind of smells like this. But guys, just grab this. It's affordable and it's easy to find. No reason to look for a duplicate here. If someone were trying to talk you into purchasing this, I think they'd say that it's a great scent. It's affordable, it's easy to find, and it's a gorgeous bottle. I think if someone were trying to talk you to skipping this one, they couldn't say much. Maybe you won't like the smell. Plenty of men don't. But I think you have to at least try it. And because there are many perfumes in the Dior Homme line, maybe there's one that might be better for you. But there are very few cons to this. To me, this is a 9 out of 10. The vintage might even get a 9.5. It's a little bit better. And the only reason I'm just not going full 10 here is because there are fragrances that I think smell a little bit better for me. Fahrenheit's one of those. I think I might like Vintage Le Male a little bit better than this. And then obviously some of my niche loves. This is excellent juice though, and really a great bridge for guys between the safer men's designer releases and niche. To me, this smells like a niche fragrance. If you gave me the vintage and asked me, is this niche or designer? I'd probably say niche. That doesn't make it amazing. It doesn't mean there's an era where everything smells like everything else and there's no true innovation. This is great to remind us of what a great designer fragrance should and can be. Unique, smelling of great quality, good presentation, and affordable. And bravo for Dior, whether it be Eau Sauvage, Fahrenheit, Dune, or Dior Homme, to make innovative men's fragrances, which is why I personally found Sauvage a little disappointing. I think they were too influenced by Aventus and that fruity ambroxan pineapple-y thing that's going on. With that said, this review is to celebrate this wonderful scent, and it's almost perfection. So that is my review, guys, of Dior Homme. I'd love to know if you guys think I'm right on this one, or if you think it should get a 10 out of 10, or I rated it too high. Let me know in the comments. I'll see you again with another video real soon.
I saw your man up north, nigga, a moot. Asshole running like Kunta Kinte and Roots. Time relation boost, fam. Don't test me. I'll shoot right through you and your armor suit. Y'all want me to raise the